Oh, we can do better than that. Please join me in congratulating the class of 2025. Welcome, everybody. You can be seated. My name is Jim Scrumbus. I'm the head of school here at Sierra Canyon, and on behalf of Sierra Canyon's Board of Trustees, our founders, Mick Horowitz and Howard Wang, it is my great pleasure to welcome parents, family, alums, students, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2025 to Sierra Canyon's 17th commencement. And I just want to say, Deborah Whitlock-Trotter, where are you? Deborah Whitlock-Trotter, one of our founding faculty members who has been at all 17 commencements, is retiring from teaching this year, and that is a loss for education generally and for Sierra Canyon specifically. Deborah, please stand up so we can give you a round of applause on a great education. Where's Deborah? Where is she? The students behind me are an immensely talented group who have accomplished more than I could have ever imagined during their time at Sierra Canyon. Simply put, this is a remarkable group of young people. Please join me in congratulating the class of 25 on their many accomplishments and a great future ahead. Before I introduce our first speaker, it's important to me to express my deep gratitude to our faculty and staff for their dedication, their expertise, their passion, their commitment, their extraordinary hard work. My colleagues are committed to providing a truly exceptional liberal arts experience for our kids, while they honor the school's commitment to being one of, if not the most diverse independent schools in the country, while establishing at the same time a community of camaraderie. The results of their efforts are reflected in the success of the students here with us today. So please join me in thanking our teachers. It is now my special pleasure to introduce my dear friend, who happens to be our board chair, Vimal Lala. Dr. Lala and our entire board have provided the type of leadership which has allowed our school to grow and thrive. I'm deeply appreciative of our board and especially of Vimal's leadership over the last, I think, 7 years. He is generous, he cares deeply for our students, for the faculty and staff. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce my dear friend, the father of 2 Sierra Canyon alums, and a father of a graduate sitting behind me, Dr. Lala.
Dear graduates, esteemed faculty, parents, families, friends, and my fellow trustees. It's an honor to stand before you today as a chair of the Board of Trustees. And to be honest, it never gets old. I have been the chair of the board for the past 7 years, and this is my 7th time speaking at a Sierra Canyon graduation. And yet standing here today feels like the first time, only with a lot more emotion. Why? Because today my youngest daughter, my baby, Ria, is also graduating. All 3 of my children have been lifers here at Sierra Canyon, and this is the end of a beautiful era for my family and I. And let me tell you, giving a graduation speech today hits differently when your own child is sitting behind you, wearing a cap, a gown, and a look that says, "Please, Dad, don't embarrass me." Please don't get emotional and break down and cry. But I just might, not because I often get emotional, it's because I really enjoy embarrassing my kids. Now, if you'll humor me, I like to take a moment for gratitude. Can I ask all of the parents and guardians to please rise at this time? Graduates, look around. These are the people who carried you, literally, financially, emotionally, when you didn't even know what day of the week it was. They gave you everything they could and more. Graduates, show me your gratitude by standing up and giving a huge round of applause and love to mom and dad and your guardians. Graduates, please remain standing. Parents, moms, dads, please have a seat. Thank you. Can I now ask all of our teachers, lower school, middle, and upper school, to all rise at this time? You're the unsung heroes of every student's success story. You've inspired, challenged, and believed in these young adults, sometimes before they believed in themselves. That is an amazing gift, and I thank you. So graduates, please give a huge round of applause and love to your Sierra Canyon teachers. You may all be seated now. Thank you. To the graduating class of 2025. Give me some energy, everybody. Let's pause and acknowledge this moment. This moment is yours. You've earned this. Hard work, late nights, determination, and even times of self-doubt have brought you to this moment, and you should be immensely proud of all that you have accomplished. Now, instead of reciting a laundry list of things to know for your future, I'll share just 3 things that I want you to remember. Number 1, in life, remember this. Put yourself first, without apology. Love others and show up for them, but don't sacrifice your own well-being. There's nothing noble about burning yourself out to support others. Learn to say no when needed. Protect your time, your energy, and invest in your own joy. No one is coming to build this life for you. That's on you now. Surround yourself with positivity. You get one family, but you get to build the rest of your support system. Choose people wisely. Choose people who challenge you to grow, but never ask you to shrink. If you're constantly justifying someone's place in your life, that's your sign to reassess. And finally, learn how to fail. Failure isn't the end. It's a part of the process. I've failed more times than I can count, but each failure taught me something new. When I was in high school, I experienced real failure for the first time. I didn't do so well in Spanish class. I didn't get an A. I didn't get a B. I didn't get a C. I didn't even get a D. I'm sure you can all figure out what grade I got. My Spanish teacher even said to me, "Vimmel, you won't amount to anything the rate you are going." Back then, when I was a little arrogant and cocky and all of that, I strongly disliked her. However, as I grew and matured, I realized that she did me a great service, as her words and that experience fueled me to never fail academically again. Now, flash forward to today. I am now a practicing physician, and just a few months ago, that same Spanish teacher came to me as a patient. True story. It was a full circle moment. She had no idea that I was her previous student. So I went through the consultation as I normally do with patients. And in the end, I asked her if she remembered me. I certainly remembered her. She said she did not. I happily reminded her that I was her student in high school, and she joyfully said that I must have been one of her best students. I laughed and reminded her that I actually was probably one of her worst students, and told her that she gave me an F, which was well deserved. That was all on me. She was an amazing teacher. That was me. At first, she laughed hysterically, and then she started crying. But her tears were of joy, not of sadness, because she was so proud that her students succeeded in the end. I was so appreciative that I had the opportunity to thank her, because she helped me shape my life for the better and taught me that failure is only a bump in the road, not a final destination, as long as you learn from it. So graduates, keep fighting, keep learning, and keep pivoting. The journey ahead is yours to shape. Congratulations. May your futures be filled with endless possibilities, your hearts be open to new experiences, and your spirits be filled with hope and determination. Go forth and make your mark on the world with confidence, compassion, and a steadfast commitment to excellence. Now, I ask everybody to please rise and all join me with a lot of energy and love in a huge round of applause and congratulating our babies, the Sierra Canyon graduating class of 2025. Thank you. You may all be seated. Please join me in welcoming back our head of school, Jim Scrumbus.
Thank you, Vimal. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's valedictorian, Michael Shu. Come on, stand right there. Stand right there. If you want. Wherever you want. Is that good? Okay. I wrote something. I want to read it. Okay? Michael is a true Renaissance man whose intellectual brilliance, leadership, and humility embody the qualities of Benjamin Franklin, as recognized by the fact that he received the University of Pennsylvania Book Award last May. With the highest GPA in the senior class across 14 AP courses and 9 honors courses, this scholar has even published a 9,000-word essay on Jewish refugees in Shanghai, China during World War II, and an insightful analysis of the Chiapas conflict, showcasing his rare ability to blend history, sociology, and political science. I actually visited a museum in Shanghai where he did some work, and his paper was based on that experience at this Jewish refugee museum in Shanghai, and they spoke about Michael like he was a professional historian. He's a global thinker. He's passionate about mythology, literature, and political science. He founded and co-leads our movie club and serves as a writer, editor for The Rambler. As varsity tennis team captain since his sophomore year, he's led the team to its first ever playoff appearance, inspiring his peers with his quiet determination and support. From his 13-year piano mastery, which is truly remarkable, to publishing his own book of movie reviews, Michael's curiosity and collaborative spirit shine. Michael will continue his studies in political science at the University of Southern California as a member of their honors program. It has been my honor to get to know Michael. He is a true scholar, and he is a gentleman, and we are going to miss you very much here at Sierra Canyon. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Shu.
Thank you, Mr. Scrumbus, for the introduction. I feel more intimidated than honored. Good evening, everyone. 我是徐庆贺. My name is Michael Xu. I'd like to start by congratulating us, Sierra Cane's graduating class of 2025. You know what they say, what senioritis doesn't kill only makes you stronger. So here we are. Thank you to all faculty for bearing with us all these years. You no longer have to. And thank you to all my friends, you know who you are, for humbling me every day and keeping my ego in check. I'd also like to thank a place. It's my favorite place on campus. At the bottom of the staircase to the parking structure, there is a corner with a chair that's completely hidden in view from the rest of the school. You may not know, but that is where I spend all of my lunches and labs for my freshman year. It was my third year after immigrating to the US, my first year after quarantine, and I was a new transfer to Sierra. So as misplaced and lost as I was, I hid in that corner to eat, to study, to blank out, and I was in perfect comfort. It wasn't until 10th grade that a few of my friends from honors chemistry texted me, "Hey man, you want to come over and walk us through these worksheets?" Life was never the same. I had to talk to people. I was dapped up. I was hugged out of nowhere. I was recognized because I do worksheets amazingly well. I made friends and had a table for lunch. I was surprised to find out that many people whom I didn't get to know turn out to be incredible artists or athletes or scholars who are curious and funny, and I was inspired by all of you. I thought I had lived so much through my phone and my imagination until I had actually lived. So I joined a Rambler as a creative writer. I became captain of the tennis team, and here I stand today as the first Chinese-born valedictorian in Sierra Cane school history. Peter B. Parker says, "It's a leap of faith." Toni Morrison says, "To step off the edge of the world." Mr. Schrody says, in one of our first classes, "You know nothing about writing an essay." I guess what I've learned through all these great words and my time in Sierra is that this corner of comfort feels good enough, but I am never good enough. And today, with all the social media feeds and real-life news happening and rushing in at megabytes per second, it's so easy to feel full of yourself, to feel like these secondhand experiences make our reality, to believe that we can learn all about politics and art while lying on our backs, to believe that to imagine is to do, to watch is to live, while the truth is the world is not what we think. So today, as we are unfortunately getting cast out of this corner of comfort we call home for years, I ask you to try to live in discomfort, to listen to an opposing voice, to try something unrelated to your major, to see the places in the videos with your own eyes, to take the hard step on and upwards because we are too young to settle. And however misplaced or lost we might feel about college, career, or life right now, believe me when I say that I know for a fact we will all figure it out because we are Sierra Canyon. And excellence is our culture. We excel, we innovate, we leap in faith, we step off the edge of the world, we trailblaze, and we fight on. One last thing before I leave you. Mom, Dad, my brother Thomas, you are my world and I love you all. Thank you and happy graduation.
Thank you, Michael. We have a special tradition here to honor our lifers, kids who started in either pre-K or kindergarten, with a memento. And I'm going to ask Ms. Theodoratos and Mr. Horowitz to come up and do the honors.
Thank you, Mr. Scrumbus. Good evening, parents, family, and guests. As the lower school director and lower school dean, respectively, I stand here tonight with Adam Horowitz as incredibly proud representatives of the early years of learning and all the teachers and experiences that came before. To my left, beyond the majestic trees, lies the lower school. We want to dedicate a few moments to acknowledging the early days of school, which date back 13 or 14 years when you joined our learning community in pre-kindergarten or kindergarten. Knowing where you are going is important, but remembering where you are from is essential. So, dear lifers, as is tradition, we offer you a heartfelt reminder of your beginnings, the growth and the magic that have been part of your personal narratives for so many years. A K-Bear to call your very own. Thank you for sharing your your learning journey with us. It's been a true honor and privilege. And dear parents, in every turned leaf lies the pattern of an older tree. Thank you for providing the roots for these beautiful children to grow with your continued faith, trust, and support. Their graduation is your accomplishment too. Most importantly, thank you for allowing us to be both passengers and guides on this memorable journey. Now it's our pleasure to acknowledge these 18 graduating lifers, trailblazers today, trailblazers tomorrow, trailblazers forever. Okay, here we go. Lifers in row 1, please stand. Zoe Swinton. Naz Melissa Engel. Aaliyah Fries. Jacelyn Gonzaga. Bianca Coleman. Jesse Combs. Ria Lala. Delilah Combs. Hannah LaChapelle. And this one's familiar, Olivia Theodoratos. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness, sorry. The wind. My bad, I'm so sorry. Lifers in row 2 and through, please stand. Easton Zielinski. Josh Buhler. Ethan Iyer. Darren Gilligopian. Jaden Alexander. Chase Dem. Alessandro Paredes. Mohit Jason Nagy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. I'm going to introduce Tom Keller, our Director of Studies, to give out a few awards. These senior awards are voted on by the faculty, and they are the most prestigious awards that we give every year. So, Tom, the floor is yours.
Evening, everyone. First, the Head of School Award. The Head of School recipient may well just have received this award for her academic career, which was super saturated in AP and honors courses, as much for the beacon of positivity she became throughout her entire SC arc. There may be nothing as encouraging as when virtues we value are visibly embodied in someone around us. Michel de Montaigne's 16th century wit and inventor of the essay remarked that cheerfulness is a sign of wisdom. And if true, she is the sage for the stage. Made all the more true if you consider Elle Wood's words in Legally Blonde, who said, and I paraphrase here, happy people do good things. And yes, I know that pairing Michel de Montaigne and Legally Blonde by now is pretty cliche, but think of this wondrous combination, her worldview with a scorchingly successful high school career, including dual language dominance, captaining of the tennis team for 2 years, violin virtuosoing, and bragging rights as the beneficent Boss Baker. Well, this amounts to a rare giant of generous genius, a colossus of congenial cognition who has taken ambassadorship to an ethereal artistry. In sum, and in couplet form, there's not one dour force or challenge can quell the indomitable spirit of Hannah LaChapelle. Kicking up her Tar Heels next year at the University of North Carolina is Hannah LaChapelle. You're welcome. Congrats, Hannah. Next up is the Trustee Prize. After exhausting the Latin curriculum at Sierra Canyon, the trustee recipient created her own path by partnering with her teacher on an independent study this year. As a linguophile and convinced that one can never really understand one language with understanding two, she explored linguistics, which culminated in a paper. An analysis of contrastive focus, reduplication dealing with lexical cloning, and identical constituent compounding. And I know you know what that means, so I'm not going to define it. But what it does represent to me is an insatiable desire for learning that comes from genuine drive and self-discovered purpose. Although she qualified for higher APs in all subjects, she chose to do what she loved. And her passions were not limited to just linguistics, what she'll pursue at UCLA next year, but also found expression in performing arts as she participated in dance and theater for years, even choreographing several musicals at Sierra Canyon. So we say to you, fiat lux, and keep that torch lit Eliza Feldman. Congrats, Eliza. The Founders Award, we have a Female and Male Founders Award. Female Founders Award winner has already had the precocious honor of being part of a national team, albeit for England, as she hails from Essex. While this is an unheralded honor for a high school student, what also strikes me as profoundly impressive is how much she's thrived with focus and dedication so far from home, both in athletics and in the classroom, where she maintained a cumulative 4.45 GPA. Such independence has clearly strengthened her resolve, as she boasts the second highest career three-point percentage at 44.4% and third most assists all time in a program known for producing some of the greatest players in the country. Her coach beamed about her leadership on and off the court, and in the words of one of her countrymen, what is past is so promisingly prologue. Chatsworth's own Sabrina Ionescu, the harbinger of hardwood huzzah. She will continue to run her offense at Lehigh University in Pennsylvania. But first, the Female Founders Award goes to Leah Edwards. The Male Founders Award winner has always shown up, except his freshman year, due to an injury. But he did attend a practice in the spring for football, even though participation in track meet the prior day exempt him from this practice. He did not have to go. So he showed up, and who else showed up were scouts who happened to be there and noticed his lockdown corner potential. They also offered him a spot his freshman year. And throughout his athletic and academic career, he's been living by Vince Lombardi's tenet that the only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. This took the form of a 3-year varsity starting stint, playing multiple positions, 4-time league champ, a blistering 10-7 in the 100 meters, and for the last 2 seasons, 9 TDs and 11 interceptions. All snaps up to this year's Male Founders Award winner, a player who cornered the market on defense and was secondary to none, locking down his side of the field at UC Berkeley, and in the words of the late, great Golden Bear boss, Joe Kapp, you know it, you tell the story, you tell the whole wide world, this is Jayon territory. Congrats, Jayon Young. Congrats, Jayon. Thank you. You're welcome. Next is the Renaissance Award. It is a well-trod trope that labeling someone a Renaissance man or woman recognizes those possessing a bevy of eclectic talents. And while true of this year's recipient, it would be far more telling to highlight her humanism, a Renaissance belief in one's own efficacy as a virtue loaded with societal good. Upon returning after her second time at the Student Diversity Leadership Conference, she wrote, "Seeing how many kids care about social and climate justice made me have a more positive view of our future. I am ready to bring back what I've learned to our schools so we can better the lives, hearts, and minds of everyone in our community." An alphabet of accomplishments have spelled out her tenure at Sierra, expressing an unbridled creativity in a myriad of media, including filmmaking, screen and playwriting, and literature too, which she expressed allows one to worship beauty and humanity, in addition to the innumerable extracurricular awards and honors proclaiming a brilliant artistic career. This will continue in the fall as she ennobles UCLA with her vision as a digital media major. Embodying the greater and finer points of the Renaissance Award this year is Willow Stromer. And our last award this evening is the International Excellence Award. Reading through her accomplishments, I thought of this quote: "We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time." T.S. Eliot seemed to understand this award recipient's motives and endgame prophetically well, throwing herself into diverse endeavors with distinction. A short list of her accomplishments includes math team contests at the highest level, creating a scuba diving handbook on water patterns currently used by a local dive charter, a bronze award at a local astronomy and astrophysics science fair, theater productions, and a recent showing at the Chicago Bridge Building Association contest. In reaching the peaks of several mountaintops, she's also plumbed introspective depths, often seen reading philosophical texts to understand better her connection to the greater world and how what she learns empowers her own abilities to make these meaningful bridges, whether literally in Chicago or figuratively to her fellow students or the world around her. Extending this network at Stanford next year is this year's International Excellence Award winner, Miranda Lee. Mr. Scrumbus.
Okay. Before I introduce that's okay. Do you have a copy? I want to get it right. I always make one mistake in these events. Before I introduce our salutatorian, and then before we give out diplomas, I thought I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that, there it is, right in front of me. We have an extraordinary student in our midst, Tiger Zhang. And I'm going to tell you why. Tiger was a key member, maybe the most prominent member of Team USA, which won first place at the 2024 International Mathematical Olympiad in England, the first U.S. victory in many years. This summer, he'll represent the USA again in Australia, marking his second consecutive year as one of the top math students in the world. Tiger also earned first place at the Romanian Masters of Mathematics in Bucharest last year, and aced several other national and international exams, getting 100%. I believe winning in Romania made him the top math student in the world in his age group. Yet what truly sets Tiger apart is his humility. He never boasts about his victories. Tiger is an amazing young man. You are a hero at our school. You have represented our country with pride, and we wish you the best of luck at MIT next year. They are lucky to have you. So now, you have the distinct pleasure of hearing from our salutatorian. The salutatorian is a prestigious role chosen by the students to represent the class. This year, that honor goes to Naz Melissa Engel. Melissa was selected for her dynamic leadership and her profound impact on our community. As ASB Vice President in the 11th grade and now President in her senior year, she had fostered a spirited campus with boundless enthusiasm. A dedicated scholar, she earned the English Department Award as a junior and captivated her AP English language teacher, Mr. Schrody, with her exceptional talent, crafting the finest AP synthesis essay on space exploration he said he's ever seen. Her passion for psychology and cognitive science fuels her leadership in the Mental Health and Psychology Club. Summer research and coursework at Santa Monica College furthers those interests. As founder of Empower Her, she drives vital conversations on gender and racial equality, while also having participated on the volleyball and tennis teams in her spare time and as a student admissions ambassador. Next year, Melissa will continue her studies at USC. It is my honor to recognize and introduce one of the finest young women I've ever met, Naz Melissa Engel.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Naz Melissa Engel, and I want to begin by congratulating us, the class of 2025. Somehow, we made it. I also want to extend that congratulations to the parents, grandparents, guardians, and all the support systems here tonight. You should know that the time, effort, and love you've poured into us hasn't gone unnoticed, and we're well aware we wouldn't be standing here today without all of you. When I sat down to write this speech, I found myself back at my very first day at Sierra Canyon. It was June 27th, 2012, and I was incredibly shy. I remember being so terrified to speak to anyone. Ironic, right? I was standing on the edge of the playground, watching everyone else run around, when I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was Hannah LaChapelle, or Hanny to me, my first friend at Sierra Canyon, who's still one of my closest friends 13 years later. I tell you all that story because in writing this speech, I'm reminded that the group of students behind me are not simply just classmates, but lifelong friends who have grown up together. These individuals have inspired me, motivated me, and shocked me in so many different ways. For one, when Easton Zielinski beat me by 2 votes for homeroom rep in 3rd grade, it served as my main motivation to become student body president. And well, I did. Or when Charlie Lessner and I were making underwhelming musicals at 9 years old, I never thought I'd have the privilege of seeing her documentary get recognized by some of the top sports publicists in America. Or even going from losing to Jaden Alexander in King of the Court on that scorching hot lower school blacktop to cheering him on as our men's basketball team won the Division I CIF state championship this year. The motto of our upper school is Excellentia Propter Se, excellence for its own sake. And this graduating class is nothing short of excellent. We've won international math competitions, 3 consecutive film festivals, edited the school's newspaper, been selected as Mission League MVPs, compiled The Rambler, captured moments as photographers, expressed ourselves as designers and stylists, and competed as equestrians. We've earned volunteer service awards, performed in orchestras and magic shows, danced, coded, acted, debated, and so much more. But arguably most importantly, and what I truly believe defines us as a class, we aren't just excellent for its own sake. We're excellent for the sake of each other. That kind of excellence isn't materialized by trophies and certificates, but instead in the moments no one else sees. It's surviving mock AP Lang exams on a Saturday. I'm looking at you, Mr. Schrody. Sharing umbrellas while we trekked through the Colosseum on the one day it was pouring rain in Rome, or picking the gloomiest day to spend our ditch day at the beach all together. It's taking turns refreshing college decisions on the one phone with Wi-Fi on the flight back from peak week, or making barely edible pancakes on the plaza for our last day of high school. None of these require intense talent or hours of hard work. They're small, ordinary instances, but but there were decisions where we continuously chose each other. We chose to show up for each other, not for recognition, not out of obligation, but because our collective success mattered to us. That's what made us more than a class. That's what made us a family. We've built a community that is not only incredibly talented, but one rooted in unity and unremitting growth. It's a community I feel honored to have been a part of, and one I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. And so, before we take what we've made here to the next chapter of our lives, I want to take a moment and say thank you. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for sacrificing everything to give me the life you deserved and allowing me to continue to be the best version of myself. Thank you, Matthew, for always supporting me, and Brandon for always cheering me on and making me late to school. And finally, to my sister, Alara, thank you for always being there, whether it was making me laugh when I wanted to cry or giving me honest advice, even when I didn't want to hear it. You've been everything. You've celebrated my wins like they're your own and are the reason I'm giving this speech today. I would not be the person I am without you. I love you all more than you know. Thank you to Sierra Canyon for being more than a school, and to the friends who turn these years into unforgettable memories, especially the Real Leah fan club. I'm so proud to call you all my family. Specifically you, Tiger. I hope you remember playing Gimkit and AP Gov together when you win a Nobel Prize in mathematics. As we continue with our lives to new cities, new campuses, new versions of ourselves, I hope you all bring your excellence with you. You've all made indisputable contributions to the school, and I'm so excited to watch you all succeed in whatever you do. Being a part of this class has been a remarkable privilege, one I will forever be grateful for. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Melissa. That was fantastic. Let's give out some diplomas. Ms. Rubin, if you would do the honors. Thanks so much.
Good evening. Before I get started, I want to wish a special happy 8th birthday to Madison Rubin, class of 2035. She's celebrating with us tonight. And to the class of 2025, you truly are a special group. You will always have a place in my heart, and I'm really going to miss you. So with that, row 1, please rise. You guys ready? Do you have the diploma? How Miranda Lee. Nini Wei. Zoe Swinton. Emerson Moody. Aaliyah Freeze. Charlie Lessner. Haley Alato. Receiving her diploma from her father, Rainbow Lowe, a member of Sierra Canyon's Board of Trustees, Becky Lowe. Bianca Coleman. Adeline Zoe. Cara Tet. Jessie Shing. Receiving her diploma from her mother, Deirdre Delaney, a member of Sierra Canyon's Board of Trustees, Sinead Sullivan. Malika Viravan. Eliza Feldman. Naz Melissa Engel. Receiving her diploma from her father, Dr. Vimal Lala, Chair of the Board of Trustees, Ria Lala. Ava Paknajad. Receiving her diploma from her mother, Shane LaChapelle, a member of Sierra Canyon's Board of Trustees, Hannah LaChapelle. Receiving her diploma from her mother, Janine Smith, a member of Sierra Canyon's Board of Trustees, Ella Smith. Receiving her diploma from her mother, Christine Theodoratus, a member of Sierra Canyon's faculty, Olivia Theodoratus. Maggie Christian. Leah McNichol. Turtle DeLilio. Lauren Lynch. Destiny Berrigan. Ava Nutt. Jacelyn Gonzaga. Diego Aguilar Fox. Nova Tague. Lucille Russell. Tiger Zhang. Betty Chen. Peyton Jones. Danica Quinn. Jesse Combs. Delilah Combs. You want to do one together? Sienna Miller. Savannah Miller. Olivia Carney. Receiving his diploma from his father, Mikhail Romano, a member of Sierra Canyon's faculty, Aaron Romano. Nina Payton Johnson. Row 1, please be seated. Row 2, please rise. Michael Shu. Easton Zielinski. Dane Dunn. Caitlin Wu. Noah Almany. Jake Blatt. Zoe Melendez Jones. Zara Bello. Receiving her diploma from her godmother, Jen Hernandez, a member of Sierra Canyon's faculty, Jalen Samuel. Willow Stromer. Ashley Red. Receiving his diploma from his mother, Susie San, a member of Sierra Canyon's faculty, Evan Kwok. Tony Learn. Mason Middledorf. Constantine Pacos Alianos Zanthos. Ethan Gao. James Kiefer. Diego Perez. Tyree Haba Wallace. Hugh Begland. Mia Torres. Cooper Rosenzweig. Naomi G. Justin Preluck. Devin Antoine Dillon. Jackson Carney. Josh Buller. Sienna Martin. Darren Gillagopian. Receiving her diploma from her father, Andrew Thaw, a member of Sierra Canyon's Board of Trustees, Alexandra Thaw. Riley Furness. Alexis Aronson. Sean Jones. Camden Davis. Huntington Cooper. Noah Cohen. Logan Wax. Alex Roth. Ashton Zamani. Dylan Alan. Gregory Epstein. Mark Kasabian. Nevada Miller. Row 2, please be seated, and row 3, please rise. Ethan Iyer. Matthew Suter. Zidon Yuen. Jason Zhang. Sahil Banker. Alan Way. Leah Edwards. Emilio Guile. Ethan Montez. Gavin Hightower. Daniel Rabb. Javier Arocha. Salah Newsome. Ajani Reister. Jayon Young. Tyler Young. Shane Lackman. Jesse Bailey. Riley Barkley. Edwin Bai. Chase Dem. Jordan Spillman. Eric Huh. Guanin Lien. Mohit Jason Ghani. Wyatt Becker. Andrew Nelson. Sefanga Longi. Carter Lorenz. Jaden Alexander. Carr Early. Brandy Boston. Matteo Viteri. Alessandro Paredes. Chris Kane. Luke Lehman. Donovan Averett. Bryce James. Jonas Epstein. Daquan Morgan. Receiving his diploma from his father, Nick Waddles, former member of the Board of Trustees, Wesley Waddles. Tyler Stearns. Bryce Cofield. Lorenzo Famuina. Michael Baba. Ashton Wintrick. Congratulations, class of 2025.
All right. Class, please stand up. Before we make it official, we are going to do something that's been done in American schools for a very long time. We're going to move the tassels, but before we do, we're going to let the kids walk through this middle aisle and process out, and you can meet them in the back. I want to thank you for being a great audience today. Class of 2025, you can move your tassels over. That makes it official. Congratulations to the graduated class, Sierra Canyon 2025. One of the finest group of kids I've ever worked with. Congratulations.
Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars, but I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Mama said, something for oddities, stranger cruises. They never wannabes, winning the novelties that don't ever change. We wanted everything, wanted everything. Stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Oh, stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. They say it's all been done, but they haven't seen the best of me. So I got one more run, and it's gonna be a sight to see. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. 'Cause you burn with the brightest flame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you could get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try? Do it for your country, do it for your name. 'Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. 'Cause you burn with the brightest flame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. The walls of the Hall of Fame. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers. Yeah. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, be truth seekers. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers, yeah. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause you burn with the brightest flame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong hanging on your chest. You can be a girl, you can beat the war. You can call your giant banging on his wall. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out find your way, and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. The step